I was at work. I was at my desk and I got a text, and it was from my old boss, and she worked in Annapolis, and she said, "Have you heard from your mom recently?" And I'm thinking to myself, like, I saw her 2 days ago. She texted me last night. And I was like, no. And she calls me, "Honey, there's been a shooting." I go to call Mom, and it rings, and it just goes to voicemail. That second, I knew. It literally just felt like everything stopped. Grabbed her recycling can and just said no, and said, "You get out of here," and just ran at him. They said she said it like a dog peeing on a carpet, and I hear like the angry mom voice of like, "No." Like, I hear. The last time I saw her, we had dinner, and like I didn't want to leave. We were having such a good conversation. We were laughing a lot. And it just felt good. And so it feels like that was kind of taken away from me, like this opportunity to have a really good relationship with her. Like, this has a meaningful tone to it to be here. It's like, I've only ever been here with her. Like, literally, this was like just like the place we would go to. So, yeah. I didn't even like remember what the inside looked like. Like, I just have not come in here.
So it was like 2 or 3 days before?
2.
2 days.
I saw her here on the 26th. We were probably there for like 2 hours. She always got crab cakes. Like, no matter where she went, she'd be like, "I want the crab cakes." And it was my treat. And so I was like, "Get whatever you want." And she's like, "Hey, so I thought you would like these." And pulls out the ugliest pair of shoes I've ever seen in my life. She's like, "I don't know, I just really thought you would like them." And I was like, no, but thank you, Mom. They were old shoes. And so when we went to her house after the shooting, I went and found the shoes. Literally the second she didn't pick up the phone, it was like gravity. It was like, whew, like everything just hit the ground. And I'm texting my family group chat. We're all in different time zones, and I think my sister-in-law called me, and my sister calls me, and I was like, "I don't know what's happening, but I don't feel good about this." They're trying to calm me down, and I'm the only one in the state. And they're like, "Have you checked this hospital? Have you checked this hospital?" And I didn't even want to call the hospitals. I was like, she's not there. Like, I know this building. I know even if someone targeted this randomly, I was like, they're the first door. That's the first target. And eventually we were going down to the like family reunification center, and we go up to the door, and one of the cops is like, "Who are you waiting for?" And I said, "Wendi Winters." And he said, "Oh, she's been moved to a secondary location." And I was like crying. They are saying this because she's dead. I know that they're not telling me the truth because they can't tell it to me yet. And I was like, all right, we'll wait. We will go in there and we'll wait. And we walk in there, and there is like 4 people in there. No one that was in there got reunified with their family that day. And then finally, it's probably like 8 o'clock. Someone comes over and like tells me like what I already know. And then they asked how I wanted to tell my family. They were like, "Do you want us to call?" And I was like, I can't just like have strangers call them. So I went up to the top level of Ward and Taylor and like crawled into a closet, and I had them all on the phone, and I had to say, Mom was one of the victims and she didn't make it. And it was just silent. And so in our group chat, it's just, thank you, Summer. You did a really good job. Because I was the one that had to tell everyone. And that was really hard.
You're so young. You're the baby of the family.
Yeah. I mean, I hate saying I'm the baby these days because that's what Mom would say. She'd be like, this is my baby. It's me. I'm your baby. Like last week, I had a dream about Mom. Previously, like, she was alive in my dreams. Like, I was maybe like kind of in denial. But then in this one, I don't know what it was, but I was like, this is dead Mom. I think this is kind of like me like accepting it. Reality is like setting in. Having your mom be the victim of a mass shooting, it's just exhausting. Like going out in crowds is scary because I don't trust anybody anymore. Like all of a sudden you feel like everybody's a target, especially because people keep getting shot. Like there's mass shootings all the time. Like it happened to someone in my family and now I'm just like, who's it gonna be next? The anxiety, just the day-to-day anxiety is insane. Like I could be anywhere and something bad could happen. It's just like an overwhelming sense of dread. I can't believe a year has almost gone by. My life got kicked into hyperspeed. Like 11 months ago, like it was hard to just wake up for work. It felt like I was carrying boulders, but now like I've allowed myself to be a little more vulnerable and talk a little more openly about not just everything that happened, but like how it made me feel. It was really rough in the beginning where the whole city is like grieving with you. A lot of people want to express their condolences and then they kind of fade away. It's almost a year later, the brain fog is lifting a little, like I'm more capable of talking about it. But there isn't exactly like this crowd of people clamoring to talk to me like there was before. And of course I have great friends and family. It's almost like the support is there when it's just too much. Like you have everyone wanting to touch you at once and you're like, I don't want anyone to touch me. And now I'm like, I could use a helping hand.